I got to ask
so good to be
Metta
back.
World
Wait,
Peace.
can we ask Metta about the mouthpiece and the cups?
Yeah, why isn't Isaiah Thomas wearing a mouthpiece? I thought all you guys did.
So he played the game toothless?
Without him, yeah.
I mean, he didn't wear a mouth guard. I thought you guys all wore mouth guards.
I don't like to wear. I feel like my teeth are my mouth guard.
Oh, except for
What?
when they get knocked out.
Do you wear a cup?
My first two, these two right here is fake.
Really?
Because they got knocked
They got
out?
knocked out, yeah.
In a game?
In the game.
And
One
what
got
about
knocked-
cups?
No cups.
How do you not wear
Yeah.
a cup?
Because I don't want the sweat to just build up and it's like a.
Oh, that's
You asked me.
disgusting.
Yeah,
I did
you
ask.
asked me, right? I'm sorry. It's like a puddle, you know.
Really?
Like a cup.
There
Oh,
it's
yeah, I
serious.
don't need to hear about
Ew.
your puddle down there.
Don't ask me those questions.
My dad
At least
totally.
we know now. So you're not required to wear a mouth guard in the NBA?
No, but a lot
Huh.
of people do. Dang wears a mouthpiece, and a couple of my teammates.
We know
They wear a
Steph does.
mouthpiece.
I was talking about Isaiah Thomas, and John Wall's obviously great,
Yeah.
but Russell Westbrook and John Wall are kind of asked to carry the team and play these
Right.
huge minutes. And I thought John at the end of last night and Russell at the end of the Houston series, they're shot. They don't have their legs on their jumper, whereas Isaiah Thomas plays a lot of minutes,
Yeah.
but he has help because they have a
Right.
bench. I think it's just like when you watched John Wall last night at the end of the game, what'd you see?
I saw he was a little tired, and his teammates were a little tired, and it's true. I remember with Phil Jackson, he would take Kobe out. Kobe would get mad, but Kobe would get back in at about 8 minutes in the fourth, and he had that last little spurt where he can make it happen. And, Isaiah had that yesterday.
Oh, no,
He had that.
Do players look at him? Because I know players sometimes look at Steph Curry and think he's a little soft,
Right.
But Isaiah's 5'9", but there's something about him that's not 5'9".
Right. His skills. And the other day, somebody came up to me and said, you're so tall and I'm so short, and there's no way I can play. And I had to tell him it was somebody that knew nothing about basketball. I said, Spud Webb played, and Earl Boykins and Muggsy Bogues, and this guy named Isaiah Thomas. And he's smart, he's skilled, and that's all you got to have in the NBA is fundamentals, and you can make it.
Metta World Peace is joining us. So I defend Tyronn Lue
Yeah.
because I've seen Del Harris fired. I've seen Tubby Smith at Kentucky won a title. I don't know if you watch college football, but Les Miles was the coach of LSU.
Right.
He won a national title. He beat Nick Saban 3 times. He won 76% of his games. He won 7 bowls, and they fired him because it's LSU and they want 11 games a year. USC runs through football coaches.
Yeah.
Like, tell me the great thing about LeBron and the bad thing about coaching LeBron.
Well, I think LeBron is a smart person. He wants to win. So you see a situation where he pretty much tells the GMs, I would like this guy, maybe I like this coach. Who knows, right? That could be pretty tough, because if you're not coming through, LeBron wants to win rings. He's all about numbers, and that's it, and he wants to do anything it takes. So that could be pretty tough. But it looked like they got good chemistry, between him and Coach Lue.
David Black got fired, got to an NBA championship.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. I couldn't tell you, but yeah, it was pretty.
Well, when you
pretty
talk about
weird.
LeBron James amongst players now,
Right.
what do players say about LeBron? Not just obviously he's good.
Right.
Like Kristine Leahy says that a lot of players complain about Chris Paul. Like Chris Paul's difficult.
Right.
That's
See
what a
that
lot
smile? You see that smile?
Is he difficult?
I can see because Chris holds the ball a lot, and I think last year, like James Harden held the ball a lot. And this year, if you see James Harden, he's passing the ball a little more. He's cutting. Like last game, he had 13 shots. And Chris Paul, he's very ball dominant. So that could be a little bit discouraging to a player who wants to feel free.
Of course.
I think LeBron gives you a little bit of freedom. Now, at the end of the game, he's going to hold it, but he's going to give you freedom, to really do your thing.
So that's something players talk about.
And I can see where the problem with Chris Paul may lie, but Chris Paul, he wants to win also, so he probably has so much confidence in himself where he said, okay, the ball has to be in my hand in order for me to win.
Nobody's going to beat the Warriors, are they? I mean, we're kind of wasting our time.
You're not wasting your time, but you got a point.
It's over.
It's about 4 teams that could beat them.
Oh, God, no. Who?
Houston Rockets could surprise them.
In a series 4 times?
They can get them to game 6.
Okay.
And then you're like, okay, we got a game.
Okay, they could get them to game 6.
They could get them to game 6.
Who could? San Antonio's old, Metta. They're old. Gasol's 36.
I didn't mention San Antonio.
See, can I just say this about
I don't think San Antonio is going to make it past,
Houston?
Wow.
I don't think so.
Can we finally say this?
They're tired.
They're old. They're tired.
Not the whole team.
Manu's old. Gasol's old. Tony's old. LaMarcus is shot. It's over.
I don't want to count them out because it's the Spurs and Coach Popovich, and that man is something different. But at the same time, I think Powell has 2 rings, and Ginobili has 5, and Parker has 5. And they did a lot, in this league. So they might be getting a little bit tired.
A little,
but we'll see. We'll see the next.
Well,
game.
To me, tonight's the end of the dynasty.
Well,
if Houston wins tonight, the
right.
dynasty's over.
You have a point.
It's Kawhi and old guys. I mean, it's Kawhi mostly and old guys.
Don't you have to wait till the end of the series to call him out, though?
No, I'm going to call the dynasty over in the middle of the dynasty going down. I don't have to wait until like the wall burns down or something. I can say, oh, it's happening. The dynasty is over. Tonight's the dynasty, 15 years of greatness in San Antonio. It ends tonight. It's all, in my opinion, It ends tonight. Houston wins.
They definitely have to play. I think they have to play Mills a little more. Maybe Denman and the other guy, the new the small man's version of Kawhi Leonard. What's his name? Simmons. I think his name.
Small man. Who says that?
I said that.
I don't believe that.
I'm just saying he's pretty good, but I think they need some more athletes up in there because I can't see them winning. With playing the vets, I feel like the vets might need a little bit more of a breather.
And finally, I was talking about tough jobs, and I was just saying I think it's really tough to coach great players.
Right.
I mean, I like Earl Watson, but Earl Watson's 33 and 68, and they gave him a job extension.
Yeah.
Okay, Lakers is a tough job. They fired Mike Brown. They fired D'Antonio.
Tough job.
They fired Byron Scott. Luke Walton. If they don't win 35 games next year, Luke Walton could be in trouble. So I was talking about jobs, and I was thinking about myself. I had to work in a state park and clean toilets for 8 hours a day for
What?
3 years.
Wow.
When was this?
Well, I lived next to a state park as a kid. My parents made me
as
work.
a child. Okay.
Yeah, so
That's
Okay.
the grind. That's the grind.
So I cleaned toilets for 8 hours a day for 3 summers.
Wow.
What's the hardest job you ever had?
The hardest job, definitely raising my children.
Aw.
That you got 4 round-out tests in there. It's just not easy. My daughter told me one day, I get it from you.
Oh, is that what she said?
She was in trouble. I was like, oh my goodness, that's right.
She's smart.
That's probably the toughest job.
Or did you get into basketball early? So were you, in the summer, were you playing hoops?
I was playing hoops. At one point, I did try to make lemonade to make some money.
How'd that
When I
go
was a
for
kid, I tried that. But I was in basketball early. I got lucky. Like I grew up not rich, but I went from high school to a scholarship to college, right? And then I was living off the government, so I never had to work for anything, even though I grew up, I wasn't rich, you understand?
So you
and at
grew
19,
up
I was in the NBA.
I mean, listen to this guy.
So I got lucky.
I had a hard life. You had a cushy life.
I got lucky. I got the U.S. government. All you rich taxpayers, thank you.
Oh, my God.
I appreciate it.
I've learned so much about you. He doesn't want stuff getting down there.
The honesty, though. I appreciate the honesty.
It's true.
Good seeing you, bud.
Good to be here.
How's that brand working, that Panda thing?
It's fun. It's positive. We're doing a lot of great things and a lot of things with foundation. So
And it's cool.
it's
and
positive.
women want to wear it, too.
Yeah, my stepdaughters love it.